going. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So let's get started. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Matt Viegas. I am wrapping up my second year as a DPT student, studying physical therapy. Got a lot of assignments and exams to study for as I got back, but I went to Greg Todd's first annual SSPT live event, 2017. Huge conference, and for a first time live event, like, that was amazing. It was amazing. Like, yeah, still coming down from it. I flew in yesterday and I've been like in hibernation ever since, but just trying to process everything, everyone I met, all the conversations we had, and just being in that environment. It was priceless. All the speakers, all the presentations, like, I've never been to an event where like everything was just like on point. And I gotta give the first huge shout out to Will Butler, because his presentation on An Elephant Named Stress, it pretty much shocked, it even shocked me. Like, I know Will's content and stuff, and his was pretty out there because he's not a practicing PT. He does financial advising, but like his presentation was actually really, really good and on point. But yeah, so I'll start with the conference because I know that's what most people want to hear. But like, the experience was mind blowing. The experience was mind blowing. Okay, so of course it's Greg Todd, and you know that he had to bring the hype. So he had his DJ in the back, even during the presentations and everything, and just hitting those awesome recorded sounds and whatnot at key points during the presentation. It was awesome. It was a great experience. And SSPT Nation, like, you will get that content later. It was a blast. It was a blast for us who already took the SSPT course. Like, most of it was review, but it was still valuable to hear everything again and hear the questions that people were asking who weren't familiar with the material, and seeing in action, like, oh, like, how do I do this YouTube video, or how do I reach out to the patients I'm trying to target, the community I'm trying to reach. So that was key. And adopting this doctor mindset and knowing what it is and how to implement everything. Like, the mindset, that's the biggest key. And just being around people who share those same aspirations to build their own practice, their own dream, fulfill your own mission with like your healthcare model for how you want to treat patients instead of doing insurance therapy. It was a blast. So there's Greg. There's Aaron the Bauer, who spoke about the value of patient care and why that matters so much, because if you want to do cash-based physical therapy, you really got to convince people why you're important. And it always helps to hear from someone who's in the know. Like, granted, Aaron the Bauer, he was a massage therapist before, but like, he came straight out of DPT school, opening up his own cash practice. It's just amazing. Like, hearing everyone's story again, even though I'm familiar with them, following them on social media, but like seeing people in person, how they present. CSM, like, I gotta break it, like, the National Physical Therapy Conference, Combined Sections meeting, it does not compare to this. There's some hit and miss with like good presentations, but overall the CSM experience does not compare to this. And there were no CEUs for attending this SSPT live event, but you ask anyone, any attendees, and you'll get the same response that like, this was amazing. And then Paul Goff, I can't speak enough about Paul, with how, gosh, just the way he presents himself and everything. It's like it's a science. Like, I don't know, every time it feels like he's like some Jedi master and like blowing your mind. But yeah, like Paul Goff, if you haven't already, you should check out his podcast. You should check out Aaron the Bauer's podcast, which just launched with the Cash PT, and Greg Todd's podcast, The Hunt for Greatness, just to hear them and have that exposure more every day with like the things you really need to hear instead of being in the wrong environment. And with Paul, I mean, I've been through his business growth school course before, so I'm familiar with his content, but yeah, just being able to ask him questions and hear the science of like how he responds or like what it is that he's talking about. He's got that psychology and communication thing down to a degree, to a level that I can only aspire to. But yeah, just hearing how that is so key and like real examples for how to get in the minds of patients with direct marketing, direct access, and really like from the beginning, from the get-go, starting online virtual with social media and building this relationship, nurturing this relationship for our service as physical therapists, because it's an invaluable service that is very much so needed, but no one knows what physical therapy is for the most part. Especially no one just goes, ow, this hurts, I should go see my physical therapist. So we got a lot of work to do as a PT community, but man, just being in this environment, hearing all the talks, all the points, it's crazy because like this is exactly like what we should be doing and implementing regardless of your stage in your career. But the craziest part is like Paul said, to do everything that he takes, to do anything successful, especially business wise, it's going to take some time, at least 12 months to get to that point. So the earlier you start, the better. And quick shout out to Adam, Javi, Dylan out there. Like you guys, gosh, throwing down that money to like invest in your furthering your education with Paul, like you're not gonna regret it. Like I'm just gonna tell you, like you're not gonna regret it. All right. And then I mentioned Will Butler, but the other speaker, Ken Carey. Ken Carey's not a physical therapist. He's from Orange County. I'm very familiar with Orange County because I went to UC Irvine for my undergrad for college. And with Ken, his presentation is very useful and very applicable to anyone, especially if you're not a physical therapist, with how to just use the power of video testimonials. So imagine me being here on video. Imagine this being a video testimonial for SSPT live event. It's not intended to be, it's just a reflection of my experience, but like for video, using the power of video to sell for what it is that you do. And as physical therapists, we provide a great service. There's no reason why we shouldn't be asking patients, like granted there's HIPAA and paperwork and other stuff, but like patients who undergo that transformation, like even just being able to walk again or being able to transfer out of bed, being able to get up in the morning on your own, that's something that's extremely empowering. And like, why wouldn't you capture that on video? And Ken, he's got the science down. He laid it out with what questions you need to ask and why. And it was just a preview because for almost all of these gentlemen, the exception was Will, but for Greg, for Aaron, for Paul, for Ken Carey, like they all have online courses that explore more in depth the content that they were sharing with us attendees. But yeah, like using testimonials. I mean, I did a video testimonial with Ken. That's how we met through Skype doing video, and like the experience is just, it's crazy. Like on this side of the camera, being asked to do a video testimonial, like even though I took that leap, like those questions and like what answers he's trying to tailor to, not take control of the conversation, but being a little bit more directed, it's pretty key. And even just doing that alone for like marketing, like that's so great as a first step for healthcare professionals who are just so unfamiliar with how to use the technology that exists today, the technology where patients and real people are on like pretty much all the time. One of the coolest things, like questions asked during the conference, was like, who watched TV that night? And there was pretty much no one. And then who went on Facebook, and pretty much all the hands went up. So it's like, if people are where they are, why are you like trying to do this weird uphill battle instead of going to where people are and trying to lay out this foundation, begin this relationship for how to connect with people and answer their problems, address their concerns, and explain why physical therapy can be beneficial without even talking about the word physical therapy at all. So like that alone, huge takeaway from the conference. That, and then the key point about networking equals your net worth. All of us who attended the conference, like, definitely our values shot up. Just seeing each other in person instead of being in this online format, it was crazy. It's crazy because like all of us have heard a little bit about each other, or like, you know, liked each other's posts, or like memes and word photos and stuff. But yeah, to be on this level of just being in person, interacting, gosh, it's like I don't know how to accurately describe it or like capture that experience on video. And especially with the people who I had no idea, never met before, never even looked at anything that they've posted, never knew about them at all. Like, even for attendees like them, I was just blown away by like hearing what they had to say or ask and talk about over lunch, over running on the beach, and just people's thoughts, people's ambitions. Like, being in this environment was priceless, and if we could have this like forever, it would be awesome. So let's help build up this momentum, keep up this momentum, and like push that everywhere throughout this profession. But yeah, so for the overall experience, like the hotel, Wyndham Grand Hotel, and just getting there and looking around is like, whoa, like it was great. It was crazy. And before I get more into it, like I really gotta, on video, I really gotta say again, huge thank you to Raymond Augustino, who's still, he's probably leaving Clearwater right now with the mastermind group, but like he was so great for offering himself to drive all the way out from Clearwater, Florida to the Tampa International Airport, or St. Petersburg, wherever it was that people were flying in from, and picking up people for free, because like that was not a quick commute. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've lived near airports pretty much all my life. I'm spoiled like that. I've lived near airports pretty much all my life, like within 15-20 minutes, and that airport was definitely 30 minutes away minimum, more with traffic. And there was traffic because there's this like area that's kind of like a bridge but not really, and there's only a few lanes. So I gotta hand it to Raymond Augustino for like coming to pick me up, and other people, other attendees as well. and just going out of his way and doing that for free. And I swear I will give you more drinks in the future. But yeah, just the environment and like everyone that attended, like the mindset, the feeling of like giving and like not this scarcity mindset, not this fear-based mindset, but everyone like just being open to talk about what it is that they're doing or like the struggles they're going through. It was a great experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, especially like this is probably the one time where I went somewhere that, I mean, technically it is a room full of strangers because we all met online. So yeah, like I don't know exactly how to like capture that or like process it, wrap my head around it. But yeah, so those were like the biggest things from the conference, like hearing the speakers, hearing a reaffirmation of everything that we've gone through and being in that right environment where we're not being chastised because of like what it is that we want to pursue and what it is that we're saying. It was just priceless. So I gotta hand it again to Greg Todd for throwing it down, saying, taking that leap of faith to do this first ever live event, hosting, running it. I know that's crazy. And big thanks to your staff too. I didn't get to meet all of the renewal rehab staff, but like they were very instrumental and helpful for making this event run smoothly. So big thank you to everyone that I met. I know I didn't get a chance to meet all of you, but I really appreciated all the conversations we had, all the interactions beyond the conference. It was just mind blowing. I didn't get that much sleep. It was just like boom, 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 mind blown, and just dropping fire. But yeah, really enjoyed it. So everyone watching, like, feel free to comment, share, like, whatever your thoughts are. I promise I will check again later, like, what you have to say. And please, everyone who attended the conference, I know some of you are new to social media. Some of you even like signed up for Facebook after attending the conference and everything. Like, just get up on here, share your thoughts, share your reflections, because I'm just one point of view. I'm just one point of view. I know I had a great experience, but I know there were definitely way more attendees than just me, and I'm not sure exactly what everyone went through or like all the conversations that were had, but like I know there was a lot of magic that happened. And also big shout out to Jerry Durham, who wasn't a speaker, but standing up there for the Q&A and like everything he has to share. He's been so instrumental to advancing the field of physical therapy and talking with physical therapists on Twitter and everything. So big shout outs to him because he was such a huge rock star, especially hanging out with us till like 3 a.m. in the morning. But all right, awesome. Had a really fun time. And if anyone has any questions or thoughts, like feel free to send me a private message or just comment here and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at this because like it'll get to the point where I'm just rambling. So thank you everyone for watching. Really appreciated everyone that I met, and Greg for making the stream turn into a reality, like what it was, making this thing possible. So thank you very much. All right, adios everyone.